If you guys were on the live this morning when we were live trading, um, I gave very specific criteria to take this short here. Very, very specific. So, if you didn't take it, maybe you weren't at your computer, maybe you got scared. But we had very specific things that needed to be done in order to take this short, and it was almost free money. Once they did those things, it was almost free money, right? We needed strong selling to come into the market, right? We needed to take out this low here, okay? And I specifically said we wanted to frame down on our TPO here. We wanted to frame down, okay? We wanted to take out C period, okay, which was going to then, which would be taking out this 78.85 level here, okay, which is what we got. We got strong selling, okay. We got strong selling here. We got a equal highs, right? They couldn't get over this area here. Okay, they started a frame down G period, frame down lower than F, but the one that we really needed to take out was C period. And then here, I didn't even realize this until right now, we had an outside TPO period here. Okay, it was outside of D period. And typically the way you break down, when you break either extreme here is the direction you're going to end up going. So we took out E period, which again I did not see, but I was looking at C period here. I told you guys before, literally the last thing I said was this setup here to look out for. And it's exactly what happened. Okay, they took out that C period aggressively. Strong selling came into the market. And then they gave you a beautiful pullback right to our level, right to the level that we said this is where you're going to want to short. Okay. So this was a no-brainer, absolutely no-brainer, short. We got that 88% rule, which in this case we had a incomplete auction, a poor low down here. Okay, we had two equal lows here on TPO. So here you're gonna bank for that to be broken, and to really execute that 80% rule at least, is what we were looking for here. Now, remember I said if they break 64, they're gonna head down to 53, and that's exactly where they went to, and they defended. Right, so everything played out. I mean, here we had everything. The whole setup was executed beautifully. Everything that we were anticipating, or that I was anticipating, played out. Right, we just needed them to initiate the move before we shorted. Right here. I mean, this was textbook money all day, every day. Pretty much free money. Obviously, you're not gonna. Anticipating the break of 64 would be a little bit of initiation there. So obviously you're not necessarily, I'm not saying like if you did not hold to 53, then, what are you doing, right? But this short from here to here, which was 100%, I mean not 100%, but it was very probable to happen, right? This short from here to cleaning up these equal lows, right? And ultimately look for that 80% rule, was 22 points. So, I mean, it was a really nice play to take. I just kind of wanted to go over that, just so you guys kind of understand. Remember to be objective when you're trading, right? And it's not really a coincidence that this is, I basically gave the step-by-step on what needed to happen for us to get that 88% roll and go clean up that poor low, and that is ultimately what happened, right? So all our job is after that is just to react to it and and just execute, right? Just wait for it to happen, wait for the setup to happen, and then just pull the trigger on it, right? Let's see here. Alright, now let's go look at what we're looking for Sunday night and the rest of the week, really, this coming up week, what we can potentially go and look for. Because I know a lot of you guys are antsy to trade on right at open. You guys are waiting for Sunday open. And I'd rather go ahead and do this now, just because I'm probably not going to be able to do it tomorrow or Sunday, so I'd rather leave you guys with this. And I'm going to upload this on YouTube so you guys can go back and watch it if you need to kind of see what we're going to look for. This level is still going to remain significant here. We're going to leave this level. I'm still looking for this to play out here. Let me see here. We had pretty good directional performance this week. We've got a tiny bit of overlap here, but still, you know, your value area is pretty much, and you can reference these by the size, right? And so this value area here is the same or bigger than this one, and it's pretty much, you know, it's got very little overlap there. So this directional performance is still strong. Market is still bullish. You know, and the next level we're going to want to pay attention to here is going to be this guy right here. Right, this guy here is going to be important for this coming up week. Right, I would say at any point if we lose this level here, 740, 735, excuse me, 735, 736. If we lose this level here, we're going to come down to this 721 area, 721 to 715ish. We're going to look for this to become then support, right? Now, if we lose that, right, if we go and we lose this area here, I would suspect that we're going to come down to this POC right here at a minimum. Right, this is going to be the next area where they're going to want to come down to, and we've got a 2 week, pretty much an overlap here, so I can grab the SIGs from that in just a second. This ledge here is pretty significant, but let me update. Go ahead and update the daily profiles. This area here's gonna be important. Pre-stay value area high there. Pre-stay POC here. Pre-stay value area low. Safe. Oh, and it's time to update the monthly levels too, which I have not done. Got a weekly ledge right here. This area is going to be significant for this coming up week. They're really going to want to try to get above this and hold it. this previous week POC essentially is going to be the ticket. If they can manage to break that for this coming up week here at any point, if they can manage to break this, take out this previous week POC, take this ledge out, then I would be looking for this to become support right around here. Ultimately target here. Now we need to reclaim this area. If we do so, that's when we're going to get our extension. Probably end up here at this 845 sometime this week. Again, that's if we can reclaim this and take up this previous week value area high. They did not leave excess this week right here. They did not leave any excess here. So we don't really have aggressive selling that came into the market as far as having excess right at the top. This looks somewhat aggressive here, but not really, right? They've yet to give follow through, right? So they did come in, it looks pretty aggressively, right? But are they going to follow through is going to be the question. Okay. Yeah, this level is still pretty key here. And so is this. This is your weekly ledge also on TPO here. And you got a pretty nice ledge here. So the 713 area, if we come down to it, should pay pretty well. If this becomes support, this can give you one of these guys here, right? If this becomes support, this coming up week, if we come here at any time, this can give you one of these. Right, this is where you can get a big move from here. Right. This is going to be your higher time frame.
Is that like a double distribution there?
Here and here.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah. Pretty much, right? You've got your higher volume node here, and then you've got one here. Again, this ledge here, though, is really what I want to pay attention to if we come back down to this area, right? These are going to be the two areas that I'll be looking for support. But this one will be the better one, right? The extreme will always be the better one to take, right? The problem is sometimes we won't get to the extreme. So if we can find a valid support before the extreme, we're going to try to take that trade, right? Obviously, again, the better one, the higher quality level is going to be here. Okay. Give me just 1 second, guys. 1 quick second here. Te estoy gritando clase rápido, ya me lo acabo para que no vengan corriendo esos niños. Bye. Okay, let's update our monthly levels really quickly. I have not done that. I don't know what I was thinking. That should also give us some pretty significant clues here. Yeah, and then see here, your monthly levels here, right? We look at the monthlies. Essentially, this is going to be, this is corroborating this level here. Okay, so again, they can bounce it from here 100%. And if they defend this, what's going to end up happening here is that your next monthly value area is going to be around here, right? It's going to give something like this here where they can finally break it, and you're going to get some sort of ledge, LVN, and then they're going to continue to go higher from there, right? Something like this can potentially occur again right up into this area. Right now they're building it as we speak, right? The month has already started here, so they're starting to build it out. Just 1 second here. And it's crazy because it looks like I have a ton of zones on my chart, but I just leave them behind when we make new highs and I forget to delete them. I end up deleting them when we get back to there. I am not, we're not trying to take every single zone that we have. That would be too much. All right. Notice here we only have these few ones here because that's what we're updating. Okay. So yeah, again, right, to reiterate here, this is going to be significant, this level here. This can definitely give a pullback, which they already basically did. They already defended this area here. Right, and this is the area where we really don't want to break down back below, because if they do, they're going to essentially be accepting value back into this general area here. Right. This guy is lining up. Look at this. We've got our previous month POC, previous week value area low here. So this again is adding more confluence to the fact that this area right around here is going to be very important. Right, this is going to be super, super important if we come back down to it. Definitely going to be looking for that to become support. Okay. Directional performance here on the monthly is also very strong. Got a nice gap here and nice volume profile size, right? If you look at this range here, previous month we had 118 points, right? And this month here, we're at 160, right? So directional performance is strong. Okay. We managed to take out that previous month value area high here, and we're building value above it, right? So we really want them to see, we want to see them hold this and start to execute higher, which they basically have. Got a massive ledge here, guys. This whole area here, look, here, here, and here. All right. So this is adding confluence to the significance of this level right here. Okay. Volume is somewhat staying the same. Now, right, on this daily, right, this looks like a very, very strong rejection, right, here on the daily. But something isn't checking out here, right? And what would that be? Volume, yeah. This is not a lot of volume. Okay. If this projection right here, I mean, this thing looks aggressive, right? It looks very aggressive. But again, there's really not much volume, right? We would need a significant increase in volume, right? And it's not really there. Okay. Not anything considered to be stopping volume for me, right? So we can definitely keep going higher. Right, I want to look at that daily volume there and see if we can see anything that sticks out at us. there's nothing really there. So yeah, I mean, you know, essentially, to make a long story short here, let me see one last thing. With a 4 high and a 4 low here. The close today was pretty bearish, right? The close today was pretty bearish, which leads me to believe, right, if they open up Sunday with a gap down of any sort, leads me to believe, especially if they lose this previous month value area high here, it leads me to believe that we're going to probably come down to the 740 area, guys. Right? The close was pretty bearish. Again, we've got a yeah, it's recorded. It's gonna be I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. But yeah, the close was pretty bearish here. So, you know, if we gap down below this 57 area, I would say there's a pretty decent chance that they're going to come down to the 740 area. Yeah, pretty decent chance. This is you know, this is going to want to be cleaned up at some point. So again, if we hit the 740 area and they show aggression, right, especially reclaiming this previous week POC area, you know, going to clean that up becomes really probable. Becomes pretty certain that will then happen.
Oh, maybe here 57 is like a make or break for up or down?
Yeah, basically. You know, and not really a make or break. It just means that they're going to go and probably they're just going to go and look for more buyers again to defend their position, right? This is where the aggression came in here, right? Right here. These guys are the ones responsible basically for this new all-time high here, right? These guys here basically. Okay? So they came down to it, right? They created a new all-time high. They came down to it and aggressively defended that area, created a new all-time high, gave another pullback, another all-time high, right? So, you know, but we lost this area here, right? So now we've got a, what is this called, guys?
Is it a strong rejection?
Yeah, and it's a change of character.
Oh.
Right. This is your last strong low that created all-time highs, and they took that out. Right. They took that out, and the guys responsible for that move there are essentially these guys right here. These guys right in this area. Right. So that's what leads me to believe, right, that if we basically lose this ledge here, right, if we open up below this ledge right here, I'm going to be looking for this to become resistance, short this, targeting 740, right? And from here, I'm going to flip long, again, targeting this 760 and higher, right? If they lose this, we're going to come down to here. Okay, 67.20. That's where we're going to go to. And this is going to be your better area for a long time frame support right here. Right, we'll have to see how price action develops, and you know, if we get excess when we come down here, if we get high volume, right, if we get high stopping volume, anything like that that we can identify, okay, maybe this is the potential low of this area, then we'll go ahead and execute that trade there, right? You know, I would like, you know, this midpoint right around here would be nice. Previous week value area low is right there. So, so this area is going to be pretty nice to look for a potential long right in here. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much what we've got for this week, guys. I mean, we've got to reclaim this. This is going to start to lean more bullish once we reclaim previous week POC. It's going to start to be a little bit more bullish, especially if we reclaim this guy here. In my opinion, all-time highs become a lot more probable. Reclaiming this area right here. Okay. So does everybody pretty much understand the game plan for Sunday, right? Remember, you lose this here, you lose this ledge here. This is more than likely coming down back to test these buyers at 740. We're going to look for them to defend there. Flip long, targeting here and here. Okay. If we lose this, we're going to short this, right? We want them to build value below, so we want them to do something like this, give you a pullback. Then we're going to target this 722 area, where we'll be looking to flip long, right here, targeting here. They break this, we'll go ahead and re-enter those longs again, targeting up here. Right, we're just going to trade these levels, guys. These levels are going to be what we're going to be trading here. Okay, so essentially here we want them to hold right around here. Right. This is where we will be targeting. If they come down here and we flip long, this is going to be our target, right? And this is going to be the area that they need to ultimately reclaim to then target the next level here, right? So here, here, and here. Not too complicated, guys. We got 4 levels. Right, you know our strategy, our game plan, how we play these levels, right? You lose them, you wait for the pullback into them to short to the next one, right? That becomes support, right? If it doesn't hold the support, then we wait for them to build value below it, pull back, short it, targeting the next one, right? All right, everybody kind of understand that? Any questions? Nope. Okay, so I'll go ahead and download this and upload it to YouTube if you guys want to reference it Sunday before open. So you guys can kind of, make sure you got kind of the game plan. Right. I'm interested to see where we open up on Sunday. If we got down or not. If we don't got down, this can definitely become support, guys. Right? If we open up, anywhere up here, this can become support. Right? You don't want to be necessarily initiating a short here, expecting this to break. Right? Remember, that would be against our rules. Okay? So they really need to lose this level, lose this 57, right? And better yet, if you can be patient and wait for them to lose 54 or 25, and then give you the pullback into this 57, that's going to be your ticket. That's going to be your less risk that you can take. That's going to make this short 10 times more probable, right? Them taking out this 54, then wait for the pullback into it to short to 40, right? Because if they open anywhere up here, they can come here, right, and find buyers and execute higher. Okay, they already showed you pretty much, right? And this is why you want to be careful, because they pretty much already showed you aggression from here, right? They already showed you that they're pretty aggressive out of here, right? So you would want to see these guys get lost first to really make this trade, this short here, pretty probable as far as it being in our favor. It's pretty much the same thing that we wanted today to happen here, and losing that C period level, right, where we wanted to see this happen, right? We wanted to see this slice happen, extension lower of that C period TPO, and then wait for the pullback to short it. So same setup here, right? Same exact thing. We want them to take out this 54 aggressively. They will give you a pullback, guys. They will give you a pullback, more than likely, right? If they don't, oh well, you missed the trade, or we missed the trade. All right, but it's better to be safe here and wait for certain things to happen. Okay. They did show you aggression out of here, so again, if they open up anywhere in this area, I would like for them to pull back into this guy to initiate a long, right? I just wanted to clarify that so you guys, don't just short right here expecting them to lose this level and come down, right? We need certain things to happen first. All right, that news, I don't know when the government's going to reopen, and I don't know if they're going to, I don't know how that works. I need to, Google it and see how it works, if they're going to release that information all at the same time, or if they're going to, I don't know how it works. If they're going to roll it out, day by day like they had it programmed originally. I'm not sure. Right, we've got to look over that. Did they release this or not? October 3rd. It looks like they... Right. Did they delete? Did they release this now? Am I crazy, or it looks like they released it, guys?
It's like they deleted it out of there.
Or did they delete it?
I don't see it on the list.
Well, we had... What do we have coming up this day?
We had some job data and stuff that were supposed to be released, but they just released the ISM services PMI that was released.
Yeah, but so they deleted the other stuff from here?
Yeah, the other stuff's not there anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got to Google that and see exactly how that's gonna, how they're gonna release that. If and when they open, if they release it all at once or what. But we do need to be cognitive of that because, I need to look it up, and I'll add everybody in the chat and see how it is, because we definitely don't want to be in a trade when all that stuff starts to get released. All right.
Yeah, there's even other data for next week that doesn't have a schedule. They're on the list for the day, like for example on Thursday, October 9th, initial jobless claim, continuing jobless claim. They don't have time. They don't have a time schedule.
Yeah,
they're just there, but they don't have a release time.
Yeah, it's tentative here. Yeah. This one still says. This one here says 7:30 a.m. and this one says tentative here. So maybe they'll release this one like they released the ISM data today. I'm not sure. This one says, I don't know, but this one's Japan, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna look that up and we'll see how that goes. But if they open up and they start releasing this,
probably they're not from USA.
Yeah, if they open up and they start releasing this at any point next week, right, in conjunction with all this other news, or they do it all at the same time or whatever, it's gonna be a wild week, to say the least, right? So yeah, we'll pay attention to that. That's it, unless anybody has any questions. If not, I will check with you guys later. I won't be able to do, obviously that's why I'm doing the market recap tonight, because I won't be able to do it Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, but I'll be in the chat. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, kid.
Thanks, Peter.
No problem.